The first thing about school I remember was the day I went to school with tie shoes, like shoes you had to tie. And I remember right when I got in, they got untied, and I didn't know how to tie them. So I sat the whole recess on the side of a mountain, just like sitting there trying to tie my shoe, and I couldn't figure it out until finally when the bell rang, I got it tied.
Michelle and I used to be best friends. This was like a long time ago when we were like in second grade. And we got into a fight one time. We were playing with Legos in my room. We got into a fight, and I threw one, and it hit her in the head. Well, actually, I aimed for her forehead because she had a big forehead at the time. And she got really pissed at me, so she went and told on me and had my dad take her home.
Elementary school, the first day, I met B. Butch, Brandon Butcher, and like his name was Brandon too, you know? That was pretty cool. Because my name was Brandon too, in case you didn't get it, you know? Don't laugh at me.
Matt Trumbo walking around with a deflated handball in his head, calling himself Matt Dumbo, and he was like, Matt Dumbo, Matt Dumbo.
We would always swing on the swings, and there was this trick where when you got all the way to the back end, you would just let go and you would fly back. And I remember one time Paul Kovacs tried to do that. He flipped out with his legs caught in the swings, and his face dragged along the sand, and then his face hit a metal pole in the ground.
It's the only thing I remember from preschool is this little French girl that one day I thought it'd be entertaining to chase her around and push her over the swings and put sand in her underwear. And so I did.
Was probably sitting there in preschool, and me, Paul, and Kevin Danaher were there, and there was this big bully, I forget his name was. We kind of sold out Kevin, and he got his ass kicked.
Yeah, hey, that was funny.
Right? That was good. Yeah. That was good times.
How to be me and how to be nobody at the same time.
Well, I learned to be an individual. I learned to make up my own mind and think my own thoughts.
I'd say I've learned to know myself and know what your limitations are, and to always look out for your own happiness and do what you think is best for you and the people around you.
Have fun.
Care about.
Have fun for sure.
I honestly don't think I've like grown up enough yet, you know? So I haven't like learned my lesson.
Everyone's always out to screw you over.
I've learned that girls are very difficult to understand.
I've learned to really live in the moment and take advantage of every opportunity. Just try to really soak up memories and experiences of it.
Life is something you can't just sit back and watch. You have to get in there and
That's good.
actually experience it.
I learned just to be more self-confident, not to care so much what other people think.
I think I've learned how to balance things just in my life in general, especially friendships, and how much friendships really mean, just in the whole scheme of things, how important they are and how much they can add to your life if you really keep them up and add a lot to them.
I learned that you should treat everybody with equality and respect. And you shouldn't be mean to people because everybody has something to offer.
Like everything like can be beautiful, and everything has like this importance and this spiritual side to it that you don't like stop to appreciate. And I think if anything, I've learned to appreciate life a lot more.
Everything's a blur. I don't remember anything. Like, I don't remember what I did today, you know?
Not necessarily like the parties and everyone, but everyone's just like chilling together, you know?
But I think what I'm going to remember the most is the work and late night studying and stuff like that.
Just here every day. The same thing. Every day.
Probably ditching school, the parties I went to instead of school. You know, all the good fun times.
I think I'll remember like the difference in everybody from like freshman year to graduation, like how much everybody has changed so much.
Definitely the people and my friends.
Definitely teachers who have left an impression. You people know who I'm talking about.
A lot of good times, but a lot of hard times too. A lot of homework and a lot of pressure. But we had fun with being together, friends. Yes, really friends.
It's just, school just structures your life in such a way, you know, I mean, just, you know, the bells and, you know, having to sit and, you know, it brings people together in certain ways, you know, that you don't get in any other time in your life. And, you know, in some ways I'll miss that, in some ways I'll be kissing it goodbye, you know.
I was in the football locker room getting ready for a game, and Kyle Gordon and Blake Levine had a shake-off. That was good times. I remember that.
Wait, could you please tell us what a shake-off is?
Shake-off, they both took off their shirts, and we just see who could do the best with what they got.
First day of school, when I first walked up, I bought like fries and like one of the icy drinks, and I set it down, and then like as soon as I set it down, like all these skateboarders came and sat around me, and they just started eating all my food. So those were my first friends.
Junior year Halloween dance, wearing saran wrap to the dance with my volleyball team.
On the annual art beach trip last year in Laguna, Sarah A found a fish, and she picked up the fish and started waving it around because she thought it was a fake fish. And you know, it really just wasn't a rubber fish because it smelled really bad and there were gills. And then Forrest B cuts the fish in half, and fish guts and blood go everywhere. So Sarah A starts like screaming and like tearing down the beach. It was pretty awesome.
I saw this girl walking down the street and I thought she was pretty hot, and then when she turned around I realized she was a guy.
Yeah,
and then
that was pretty creepy.
And that sucked.
2 years of therapy for Paul, but we're good now. Yeah, and Paul was showing me the guy later, and I also thought that was a girl, and he showed me. And I felt pretty disgusting too, so we shared in that nasty guy.
Yeah, it was nasty.
Pretty disgusting.
It was disgusting, yeah.
Okay, a lot of them for me have to do with falling downstairs and running down Foothill Boulevard naked on St. Patrick's Day with shamrocks, so not totally naked.
When a bird shit on my head, it was actually like my nose, it was dripping down, it was all warm, all right? That was pretty sick. That was pretty embarrassing, all right?
And we're just flipping through the channels, and we turned on the Iron Chef, man. And I've never in my entire life laughed as hard as I did in that moment.
One time I walked around with a, never mind.
I guess it's the most about running away from the cops.
Probably Megan Blatchley. She's like my best friend, and she's just been a huge influence on my life, always leading me, always one step ahead of me.
My freshman year health teacher, Mr. Daniels, like even though I only had him for a semester, like what he taught me just stuck through my mind, like to always just go out there and do what you want to do, not listen to anyone else.
My friends, definitely. Yeah. I think my friends, just people in your classes who you meet that like, also like a lot of people who you wouldn't really like talk to necessarily, but turn out to be pretty cool people.
I don't know, I guess I've just been influenced by like the environment of the school and like everything around me.
I'd have to say friends and like my mom influence. I love my mom.
Just the people I come across. Like everyone has something totally different and special to offer, and people are just so different, and that's just what makes everything exciting. And I've learned so much from everybody.
I wouldn't do anything differently because then I wouldn't be who I am today.
I would probably never have done a second of homework because there's always a way around it.
Grade.
Yeah, I think I would have done more actually.
Screw 9th grade. Get to know more people during like 9, 10, 11.
Just do everything.
Definitely. Because I didn't even get to meet like half the senior class till this year.
I would have gotten in a lot more trouble because
you're doing crazy like that.
It just makes me be a memory.
So like, if we don't know who you are, like, we should have.
There's really nothing I'd like to forget about high school.
The time, I have to say the time I accidentally wore Daniel's underwear to school.
What?
Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like definitely not to forget about a lot of the crap that happened during high school, especially all the stupid assignments that we got and all the stupid busy work that we ever had to take care of. High school is mostly dealing with all the crap that we got assigned to us and just coming out.
Coming out, right, yeah.
I felt really confined and really kind of trapped in high school for the most part.
I wish I'd gotten to know more people. I wish I hadn't been afraid of talking to people because of being afraid of being misconceived as, or misconstrued as a different person. Just being comfortable with who I was and know that people accept me for who I am, just to meet more people.
I wish more people would have wreaked havoc. But we're gonna do that now, right?
Havoc.
The senior pranks of
I must say
2001.
I wreaked some havoc.
Friends are everything.
The world, they're awesome.
They're everything, basically, to me. And they influence me a lot, but not like in a bad way.
I think they're really what keeps me sane.
Everything that we've done together and like all the stuff even outside of school that we've done, like parties and just hanging out.
Yeah, friendship is key to your life. You gotta have good friends.
They are the best. Shoulder to cry on.
Yeah. They're like my life, basically.
Unforgettable.
A really good support group that's helped me to get through good times and bad times in high school.
I learned that friends are like a very important part of a person's life. I think they can help you through situations where you normally wouldn't think anybody is there for you.
They make you laugh a lot, and that's good.
You have a lot of like different friends throughout all 4 years, but you never forget any of them.
I think friends make you feel safe.
And when friends stab you in the back, you know those aren't good ones, and you should get rid of them and never trust them again.
Our friends are just the best people ever. We love them so much.
We're gonna miss them
miss
so much,
everybody
but we
next
know
year.
we'll always be friends.
We love you guys.
Thanks for everything.
Yeah.
Bye.
So what would I say about this year's senior class? This year's senior class, I think, has a lot of people has a lot of very talented people that stood out much more to me than any of the other classes as like artistically talented, and I really love this class. I really love these students. I'm excited to watch them go and keep up with them and stuff like that.
I think the class of 2001 is probably one of the most creative and energetic classes I've ever had the opportunity to work with. We have great musicians, we have filmmakers, we have great choral and instrumentalists, and we have great artists, photographers, and they have all, made their mark and left their mark here at La Cañada High School, and I feel that most of them will move on to careers that encompass what we've done here.
This year's senior class is a very nice class. Had a lot of fun with them. They've been very nice, polite, respectful, fun, cooperative. They've been a pleasure. I've had nothing but fun teaching them this year.
A class who can take a joke and likes to joke, and that's really, it works very well for me.
To all LCHS seniors, graduates, that I wish them the very best. I wish them happiness. I wish them accomplishment, and I wish them really contentment Those students that I taught, and they are graduating this year, left something dear in my heart, and I do appreciate what they did, and I'm very proud of them. So the very best of luck, and may the future be as bright as I had them in my class. The very best.
Crush? What is that?
Dan, I've had a crush on you for 4 years.
Sorry, my heart belongs to Chris Garnick.
Kurt Turley.
Caitlin Gertz, Eric.
Nikki Brown.
Brian Harmon. Philip Webster. Scott Butts. And Cooper Green.
Aaron Ford. Tina Kim.
Cooper Green is my secret crush. Mike Manarelli.
Natasha Rieger.
Mimi Cho.
Kurt Turley. Mike Green.
Matt? No. Mr. Phillips? Oh, that's not a secret.
Mr. Seymour.
Philip Swenson.
Mrs. Rice, probably, yeah.
Richard Lee. David Shanley.
My senior crush is Kaylee Haydorf.
Mike Kim. I'm in love with Daniel Gross. Nick Marquand.
Monica McClellan.
Greatest teacher, elementary school. We called him BB Gun, and he was just like, he was forever.
Ali Turner, Steve John.
Jackie Morris.
Megan. Jen Kim.
Solarshi Goslami.
So I remember that one exchange student from Norway when I was a freshman. She was hot.
Jeff Cole. This guy named Chet Johnson from Sushi. Phil Webster. I had a crush on Phil Webster. Gavin Caswell.
Kristen Moore. That's pretty high. I've had a thing for Moore since like 7th grade.
Nick Marquand.
Tressa Borges.
Mine is Kurt Turley. I'm Brandon Butcher. Drew Larson.
Clayton Marshall. My most recent secret crush is Zach.
Chris Fox.
Okay, this is so embarrassing because he's like married. Aaron Shapiro.
Monica McClellan right here.
Yeah. Monica McClellan.
David S. Kim.
What are you talking about? Vanessa.
David D. Kim.
That's cute.
Every 7th guy in the school.
I would have to say probably Chris Fox. My secret crush is James Pickett. My secret crush is Eric Mertfeld.
Lauren Guzman.
Marie Masson.
Excellent. I don't care. I'm not doing it. Okay. Kristen Mole.
David Peralta.
No, there's nobody I want to reveal. What are you guys all looking at me all weird like for?
For all your satisfaction needs, you can always watch Animal Planet.
Don't wear pants that are too tight for you.
Go to Disneyland.
Write down the funny things that happen.
Yes.
Party hard, man.
Don't let centipedes go into your bed.
Keep looking pretty like they do.
Yeah, drink slow.
You only get to be immature once, and that's right now. And like you have the rest of your life to be mature.
Meet as many people as you can. Don't stress out too much.
Just never trust anyone, no matter what.
Take everything in stride, because things are going to be horrible and things are going to be great.
Look out for yourself and don't worry about like what anyone else has to say. And
Start by doing things for yourself, and if doing things for other people falls into what you want to do, then great, you know.
Hang in there when it gets rough.
Take from what you've learned and
Don't be afraid to go for what you want.
Never miss an opportunity. Do what you want.
Don't discriminate.
You don't know it all, and never think that you know everything.
Be selfless, be selfish, but don't be too much of one.
Leave high school without any regrets.
You never know what curveball life is going to throw at you, so you just have to kind of go with the flow.
Make sure you're happy and have fun. Just make sure you always have fun in whatever you do.
Spend as much time with your friends as you can.
Live up these last few days because you'll never see these people again.
Just live life to its fullest every day.
Don't ever say can't, because you can do anything you want to do if you put your mind to it.
Be yourself and don't worry what other people think about you.
Realize that you're not making decisions because someone's grading you or any of those things, but because they're the decisions that are going to run the rest of your life.
Always enjoy what you do in your career. Never choose something that you're not going to be happy in.
For anybody who starts college or university, focus on your goals persevere. There will be many, many challenges to achieve or not to achieve.
Just go out there, guys, and remember that life is, it seems long, but it is, believe me, in my perspective, a short journey.
Take that self-discipline and those skills that you've learned from following through here and apply it to yourselves and make yourselves happy.
You reach for that goal, go after it.
Nobody should give up fast. The idea is to persevere.
So you got to make the most of every single moment of your life.
Go forth in this world and contribute your verse, for there is nothing that can hold you back. Some of us will travel the world. Some may develop cures for diseases. And most of us will settle down, get married, have kids, and live the American dream.
So we know what we've done, but do we realize what we're capable of doing?
Thank you to all of you for the fun times we've shared over the past 18 years.
You can remember the good times or the bad times. You can remember the joy or the anguish. You can remember the camaraderie or the solitude.
And I remember
advice to you, Spartans. Keep that flame alive. The minute this evening is over, many of us will laugh and most of us will cry. Okay, most of us will just thank God that it's finally over. But eventually, all of us will leave.